Good morning, students. Today we start with lesson 4, Seed to Succeed. What it means is, what should we do in order to be successful in life? Means, what is the mantra in life to follow that will make us successful in life? So, what is that mantra? That mantra is try and try again, you will succeed at last. If you keep on trying and trying again in life, and if you never stop making efforts in life, you are sure to become successful in life. So, this is your mantra to be successful in life. And if you will look at the value corner, the values for today are honesty. What is honesty? When you speak the truth and act truthfully, when you never do things that are morally wrong, or you never break the laws. In Hindi, when we say imandari, honesty is imandari, when you speak the truth and act truthfully. And courage means bravery. And what is there in the self check today? It says honesty is the foundation stone of a character. So honesty is the foundation stone, means it is the base of a character. What is character? Character is personalities, that the qualities that make a person. So a person having the qualities like honesty, courage, loyalty, and other important values, that these qualities make a person a man of good character. So, honesty is the base of a good character. If one is found lacking in honesty, he will be found lacking in character as well. So, if a person is not honest, it means he is not a man of good character. So, this honesty, along with other values, make a person a man of good character. Now, let's come to the story. A successful businessman was growing old and knew it was time to choose a successor to take over his business. So, there was a man. He was a businessman and a very successful businessman. So he had become old. Now he decided that he should leave his job and choose a successor, to choose a person who could take over his business. Instead of choosing one of his children, he decided to do something different. He called all the young executives together. So he did not want to pass over his business to his children. So what he did, he called all the young executives of his company together. Executive means person who, all the senior persons of his company. He called them together and had a meeting with them. He said, "It is time for me to step down and choose the next CEO. CEO is the Chief Executive Officer." So he told them that as I have grown old now I want to leave my job, and from among you people, I want to choose the next CEO. I have decided to choose one of you. I am going to give each one of you a seed today. I want you to grow the seed and come back here after 1 year from today with what you have grown from the seed. I will then judge the plants that you bring, and then I will choose the next CEO. So, what he did, he gave each of his executives a seed and said, "You grow this seed, and after 1 year from today, you come back with the plant that you grow, and from that plant, I will decide that who among you can be the next CEO of my company." One man named John received seed. He went home and excitedly told his wife the story. So when one executive among them was John, so he went home and he told his wife the whole story. She helped him get a pot, soil, and compost, and he planted the seed. So his wife bought a pot for him with the soil and compost. What is compost? Compost is the fertilizers that the plants need to grow nicely. So his wife brought a pot for him and he planted the seed in it. Every day he would water it and watch to see if it had grown. After about 3 weeks, some of the other executives began to talk about what they were beginning to grow. So after 3 weeks, all the other executives started talking about among themselves that what was growing in their pots. John kept checking his seed, but nothing ever grew. But that the seed which John had planted, there was no plant coming out of it. Weeks after weeks went by, still nothing. By now, others were talking about their plants, so John felt like a failure. So every day he was taking care of his plants, but nothing was growing out of that seed. So John felt that he had failed in this job. 6 months went by, still nothing grew in John's pot. He just knew he had killed his seed, but he didn't say anything to his colleagues. However, he just kept watering and fertilizing the soil. He wanted the seed to grow, but he never stopped trying. He knew that he had killed the seed. Maybe his seed was unable to grow now, but he kept on watering and fertilizing the soil. But the seed was not growing at all. A year finally went by, and all the young executive of the companies brought their plants to the CEO for inspection. So when the year was over, when the deadline was over, all the other young executives of the company, they brought the plants that they had grown for inspection. John told his wife that he was not going to take an empty pot, but she asked him to be honest about what happened. So John told his wife that he didn't want to take the empty pot to the office, but his wife told him that he should be honest. John felt sick to his stomach. Sick to his stomach means that he was feeling very upset and he was very worried. It was going to be the most embarrassing moment of his life. But he knew his wife was right. So he was sure that it was the most embarrassing and the most shameful moment for his life. But his wife told him that he has to be honest. So he thought that his wife was giving him a right advice. He took his empty pot to the boardroom. So what he did, he just took the empty pot where nothing had grown in his pot. He just took the empty pot to the office. When John arrived, he was amazed at the variety of plants grown by the other executives. They were beautiful in shapes and sizes. So while his pot was empty, there was no plant in the pot. What was there in other people's pot? He was very shocked to see that, he was very surprised to see that there were variety of plants grown by the other executives, and all the plants were very beautiful in shapes and sizes. John displayed his empty pot, and many of his colleagues laughed. A few of them felt sorry. So when he took the empty pot to his office, all of his colleagues are the people who were working with him. So all the colleagues over there, they started laughing at him, and some of them felt sorry for him. When the CEO arrived, he surveyed the room and greeted his young executive. So the CEO arrived and he greeted his young executive. John just tried to hide in the back. So as he was feeling ashamed because there was nothing grown his pot, so he just went at the back and tried to hid over there. My gosh, what great plants and flowers you have grown, said the CEO. So when the CEO saw all the plants that the other executives had brought, he was very surprised. And he said, what great plants and flowers you have grown. Today one of you will be appointed the next CEO. All of a sudden, the CEO reached John's back. John was panicked. Panic means he was very tensed. He was in fear. He thought the CEO knows I am a failure. Maybe he will have me fired. So now he got very tensed. He thought that now the CEO, after looking at his empty pot, maybe fire him. Maybe firing means maybe tell him to leave the job, will throw him out of the office. CEO asked him what had happened to his seed. John told him the story. The CEO asked everyone to sit down except John. He looked at John and then announced, behold, your next chief executive officer. His name is John. Now what he did, he declared to others, he said, behold, behold means see, have a look. Your next chief executive officer is John. John could not believe it. He could not even grow a seed. How could he be the new CEO? The others protested. So the other people started complaining that how could he be the next CEO? He has not grown any plant. Then the CEO said, 1 year ago, I gave everyone a seed to grow, but I gave you all boiled seeds. You know what are boiled seeds? Boiled seeds are the dead seeds. Means he had given each of them the dead seeds that could not grow in plants. They were already dead. All of you except John have brought me substituted plants and flowers. Either you bought it or you replaced the seed. So the CEO told his young executive that the seed that he had given each of them was actually a dead seed, so nothing could grow out of them. So he said his young executives that either you have bought these plants or you just replaced, substituted means replaced the seed which I gave you with another seed. John was the only one with the courage and honesty to bring me a pot with my seed in it. So he said, among all of you, it is only John who is honest and who is courageous. He is the only one who had grown the seed which I gave him. Therefore, he is the only one who will be the new chief executive officer. So he said, so he only deserves to be the next CEO of the company. So which qualities of John made him the successful person? It was the qualities of honesty and courage. So it means he was a person who was honest, and because he was having honesty, He was a man of good character, and such person only the old businessman required to lead the company. So John's honesty and courageousness one made him a successful person in life. So the foundation stones for balanced success are honesty, character, integrity, faith, love, and loyalty. So all these qualities make a person a man of good character and make him successful in life.